All right, I'm back. Well, I'm in my kitchen and I've looked around. There's no chips, there's no cookies, there's nothing. At least nothing tasty that I want. So, let's make something tasty. What I managed to scrounge up, looking in the fridge and in the cupboards, is I have found an apple, some pre-made pie crust, sugar, cinnamon, a little butter. Let's peel this apple up, chop it up, and go to town. Okay, let me just say that if you don't have this stuff in your house, you could probably go to your mom's house and get it, or go to the store and buy some. But this is basically, let's just make what's out of the fridge. I might start doing this as a video every now and then to give me more content and to let any fool who lives alone know what he can do or she can do for themselves. Okay, so you got that peeled. Let's just chop it up in some pieces. Now you don't want these too big, too small. I mean, you can just see what I'm cutting. Now, listen, I'm not one of those guys that uses a cutting board much, so let's destroy the kitchen counters. That's what they're there for. And try to get as much of the apple as possible, because this is going to be your filling for your, what are we going to call these? Tarts, pies. The chickens are like this. Okay, so you've got your apples all cut up into some kind of pieces. You can see that, right? Good. Let's open the pie crust. Pull one out. Now, I could probably make 3 out of this, or you could, you know, depending on how much apple to crust ratio you want. I have been enjoying it just using one apple, one pie crust, make 2 nice tasty ones with a little extra crust, and the dog likes it. Now you see I've just cut it in half. Okay. Half the apples on one side, half the apples on the other. Kind of space them out evenly so you got apple going down the middle. Now you can use whatever kind of apple you want. I'm using a green apple, they're pretty solid, but this is good for an old apple or something. It really doesn't matter. Then just throw some sugar in your bowl. I don't know about that much. Hit of cinnamon. Whoa, that might be a little much. Now, if you do get too much of one or the other, you can always just change your ratios and lighten it up. Okay, that's not a bad color right there for what I want. And it's well mixed. Can you see that? Cool. All right, now, cinnamon's mixed. Here's the trick Mom would use. You're going to take some of this butter and slice little thin pieces, thin to win, and place them along the top of your apple. This will give it a nice layer of flavor that you will like later. Okay, and get your apples a little spread out so that they've got room to breathe. There you go, just like that. That looks nice. Now, liberally apply your sugar cinnamon mix. And if you don't have enough, This is America. You can make some more. Now, if you have a little extra left, just a couple of sprigs, which is probably what I've got here. Now see, these are, the less sugar cinnamon you use, the more apple taste you're gonna get. And then all you gotta do is just fold them up in some kind of way to hold all of this together. Piece of dirt. I probably should have cleaned the counter better before I started this. Yeah, there you go. Cleanliness always helps with cooking. But in this case, like my dishwashing ability, you know, my wife won't even let me do dishes anymore because she says I miss too many spots. Yeah, and you can just tear this crust any old which way you want, but create yourself some kind of little crust on the top that seems workable. Just folding these bad boys up, and if you don't get good coverage, it's not the end of the world. Let's see, I can probably steal a little bit of crust from here. Whoop, that might be too much. It was, but that appears to be life. Because what's going to happen is, if you don't have some kind of turned up edge, you will lose a lot of your apple juice and things onto the bake sheet instead of staying with your apples. Okay, I think I've got that sorted out enough. All right, now as you can see, they're not perfect. But I set them on the pan. Whoop. Set them on the pan. Set them on the pan. I'll bring the pan over here so you can see it. You know, I might have done better to make these things on the pan for all I know. Here we go. This one's got, they're two different sizes. That's what's happened. Here. How do I want to patch this together? Put a patch there. And a patch right there. Oh, yeah, they'll be fine. Anyways, again, back to Mom's secret. A little butter on the crust. And again, thin slices. You don't want to, I mean, we're talking shavings. All right, then take your last of your sugar. Really, oh, spilled a bit of it right there. But we really are getting to the last of it here. So I'm just going to have to tap it out of the bowl a little. You know, this truly reminds me of my younger days when I was doing terrible things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Now I'm going to pop them in the oven. I think I'm cooking over here at 365. Yeah, 365. Pick whatever shelf you like. And I'm giving these about 20 minutes. Then we'll see what they look like. All right, in about 20 minutes, this is what you're going to have. If you notice, the juices are just bubbling. They were bubbling a little more when I first pulled it out of the oven. I don't like my apples too soft, so once it starts to bubble, I back off and call it cooked as long as the crust feels cooked. Now the hard part is you gotta let these sit for an hour. At least hour and a half, 2 is better. That'll get the crust to set up. All right. I could not wait. I don't know if you can see how golden brown, buttery this is. That will knock your socks off. It's not pretty, but it's fast and it really is tasty. See, look at that crust. Delicious. I'm gonna have to pound the rest of that one down before I even edit this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Here's another one. Another video from my world.